Just heard some songs from my top 5 albums of the year, with the exception of number 1, which is up next. 2 from the latest album from Matchbox 20. Surprised how good of a record this band, this late in their career, has put out. It's called Where the Light Goes. There are so many radio-ready songs on this record, and the 2 that have been released to radio, Wild Dogs, Running in a Slow Dream, and Don't Get Me Wrong, just so happens there are acoustic versions of those rockers. So there we go. Played both of those from the number 2 best album of the year. It's really fine pop record. Truesdale, a trio that I was turned on to by somebody we heard earlier in the playlist, Kylie Phillips. For months now, And If You're Hurting come from their debut album, Out of My Mind. No major label that I know of. Not quite sure what they're doing with distribution. They had a sold-out show at the Arc. They're fantastic. Look into Truesdale. Keep paying attention to them. Good stuff. Ed Sheeran and his second appearance in my top 10 albums of the year, and this one was also a bit like, well, what do I do with this? Ed Sheeran released an album called Autumn Variations, and then later digitally released the fan living room sessions of the same album. So he recorded the album, and then he recorded versions of the songs literally in people's living rooms, and I like that version better, strangely. The Day I Was Born and American Town both come from the fan living room sessions album, Autumn Variations, the 4th best album in my opinion this year. And the number 5 album of the year is The Real Thing from Mayor Lewine, the Michigan singer-songwriter. All right, time for my number 1 album, and if you disagree with any of this stuff, that's your opinion, and this is my opinion. And it's not that I don't care what your opinion is, but this is my opinion. Louis Capaldi, the man who struggles with Tourette's, actually stopped touring for the time being so he can try and deal with that, but just has a great knack for writing songs, gut-wrenching songs at that. Beautiful voice, powerful voice, and we're going to hear 2 from his album, Broken by Desire to be Heavenly Sent, to close out this week's playlist. Next week is a Radical Revisions week. Hope you can join me for that. Louis Capaldi on the number 1 slot of the best of 2023, and the songs Wish You the Best and Forget Me. Don't forget me, I'm John Bommarito. Have a great week.